Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Match number 2 coming your way live from the MLK Challenge in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Match number 2 of the 3-match series on the weekend to kick off the 2021 Volleyball League of America season, featuring Indiana's Team Pineapple and New York's Team LVC. Oh, okay, I'm seeing AJ in the chat. AJ Coley, hey guys. Hey everyone on Instagram Live. Hey everyone on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. So happy you guys all joined us. This is Rob St. Clair. If you caught the first match, it was an absolute barn burner. It was an instant classic. Team Pineapple 3-2 over LVC. Go back and watch that one when you're done watching this one. This should be just as good. We're on Instagram.
Oh, nice. Live stream.
Yep. Shout out to Todd, our photographer. He's here with me.
Trying to figure out what the strategies are going to be for the next match.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about the whole thing. We talked about a lot in the first match. Todd brought up a great point earlier, like the chess match between these teams, because they're going to be playing each other 3 times in the same weekend. It'll be about like physical conditioning, who can keep their bodies in good shape for the longest, and then the chess match and strategy. A big thing that we talked about in the first match is Pineapple leaving way too much line for LVC's right side hitters to hit at. So Andrew Fishman, row 1, Jordan Varee, these guys made a living hitting down the line that first match. So I'm very interested to see what the teams do on this one. Great point. But yeah, both teams kind of thin this weekend as well. So Pineapple only with 8 guys. We'll see who they go with, if they mix and match throughout the match like they did in the first one. Try and give some guys some rest. It did work out for them. They walked away with a 3-2 win. Very interesting stuff to follow, and the highlight reel potential is always high. Going to get to introducing the lineups here live in the house, and then first serve coming up right after that. Be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Match number 2 of the weekend between Team LVC and Team Pineapple, part of the Volleyball League of America regular season. Come on over to court 31 when you're done with your matches. Let's meet the teams once again. First in black, Team LVC out of New York. Yeah, bring them forward. Let's see these guys. Give them a round of applause. Let's get to know the entire Team LVC roster. Number 1, the captain, the opposite, Chris Hosley. At setter, number 2, Christian Smith. Outside hitter, number 6, Andrew Fishman. Middle blocker, number 14, Chris Husman. Opposite, number 15, Jordan Varee. Middle blocker, number 17, Anson Webb. Libero number 21, James Hosley. Libero number 22, Kevin Nardone. Outside hitter number 23, Grant Coker. Middle blocker number 24, Ryan Carty. And outside hitter number 25, Dave Evans. And now the home team, Indiana's Team Pineapple, number 7, Connor O'Ryan in the middle. Playing both pins, number 12, Bruno Amorim da Silva. Outside hitter number 13, Kyle Ratty. At setter number 14, Pasquale Fiducia. At libero number 16, J.J. Meyer. Middle blocker number 17, Matt Harpenow. Opposite number 18, Gary House. And outside hitter number 99, Tony Price. Team Pineapple is managed by Ron Clark.
Yeah.
So how many matches do they play per day?
2 today, 1 tomorrow.
So why are they playing the same team?
Because they're the only 2 teams that are here. It's like a series.
Oh, okay. So if the one that lost the first one wins the second one, are they going to do a third?
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, more high-level professional men's volleyball coming your way. Team Pineapple and Team LVC, another great matchup, a rivalry that we've been talking about all week long leading up to this thing. Team LVC in black and pink flamingos, looking awesome in their Smack Sportswear threads on the far side of the screen. And on the near side, of course, the iconic green, gold, and black of Team Pineapple. This is going to be fun. First action of the weekend for number 23 in black, Grant Coker on the outside for LVC. And in the lineup, let's see who Team Pineapple's got out there. Obviously, Pasquale Fiducia is going to start us off. The opposite, Gary House, and the outsides are Ratty and Price. So no Bruno yet in this match. We'll talk about that a lot as we get going. First serve underway. Good float serve working on Andrew Fishman. Coker high off of Gary House down the line. And the first kill of his VLA season for number 23 in black, Grant Coker, 6'4" outside hitter out of Penn State Barron, one of the Penn State regional campuses. A very good Division III career. Anson Webb, new middle blocker this match at the service line for LVC. Going with the hybrid, missing it well long. Not enough top spin on that ball. Kyle Ratty, number 13 in green, who came in off the bench in set 5 and keyed the service run that won Pineapple the match. Serving here. Good hand pass by Coker. Coker again down the line off the fingertips of House and terminates. And Coker 2 for 2 here early on. Let me know in the chat, Instagram chat, YouTube live chat, where you're watching from, who you got, who you want to win. Sweet part about all our teams, they all kind of have an emoji that goes with them. So hit me with the flamingos or the pineapples in the chat. I see a lot of LVC boys tuning in right now. Vary with a good serve that clips the tape, but a foot fault with his toe on the service line. That'll be a service error for all-star opposite Jordan Vary, number 15 in black for Team LVC. Had a very interesting match in the early going this morning. He heated up in a big way in set 3 for the rest of the match. Another service error, this time by Connor Orion, the other middle blocker for Team Pineapple. Coker's first look at the jump serve. A little indecision from Ratty. It's going to end up being pretty much an ace serve. Ratty couldn't decide if that ball was going in or out. May have been just drifting long, but he stabbed at it with his platform, and Fiducia couldn't run it down. Talk about Pasquale Fiducia a lot. Number 14 in green, named MVP of the match this morning. 24-year-old setter from Chicago, had a good collegiate career at McKendree in Division I in the MIVA. That's a really nice run from Fiducia to Harpenow. Exactly what they were kind of missing in that earlier match. They obviously ended up winning the match anyway, but LVC definitely did kind of dominate the middle-on-middle matchup. So the connection between Fiducia and the middles, Orion and Harpenow, going to be something to watch. Speaking of middle attacks, introducing himself loudly is number 14 in black, Chris Husman, 6'5", 26-year-old from Long Island, a first-team All-American at SUNY New Paltz in Division III in 2016. And he is as high of a flyer as you're going to see all year long. A middle blocker who will have his fingerprints all over this weekend's matches. Ace serve right on cue by Husman. Nice conservative contact, but he put it in the absolute perfect spot, right in the seam between Meyer and Ratty. Early 6-3 lead for Team LVC. Another good serve, but a really nice pass from Ratty. Fiducia all the way out to Price on the left side, high into the block of Anson Webb and out of play. And the first kill of the match for number 99, Tony Price. Local kid, IPFW product. Very good college career at what is now Purdue Fort Wayne. Super physical and tremendous shape, and he's got a good jump serve. You're about to see it. Good looking serve, handled by Fishman. Beautiful pass. Fishman on the left side, over the top of the block. Doug Ratty can jumping run this down. Free ball here for LVC. Where does Smith go here? Fishman again, cross court off of Meyer's hands, and that one's going to be out of play. So number 6 in black, Andrew Fishman, the outside hitter for New York, terminates the second time of asking. And LVC hangs onto a 3-point lead here early on in set number 1. We play best 3 out of 5 sets So 25 points, must win by 2. We had a couple extra point situations this morning. If we get to set 5 like we did this morning, it'll be played only to 15. Look at the tempo on that set from Fiducia to Ratty. Varee high into the hands of Harpenau, but a nice block touch covered. This will be House out of the back row, but the connection not quite there. Smith has to take the first ball. Varee again on the right side through a seam and dug by Price. That's a better set to House, but he's dug down the line by Nardone. Kept alive, free ball coming. Big to Price, but he misses it just short into the net. And some really good offensive looks there. Ends up with a hitting error by Tony Price. Had to broad jump just a little bit too far to get to that ball. Fiducia and Team Pineapple did a really good job of running the Bic. That quick pipe attack out of middle back this morning. They were really able to move Team LVC's blockers around. Good pass by Ratty. House again. Dug by Smith. Right on the net. The joust won by Ratty, but kept alive. Webb off of Price and into the ceiling, and that's out of play immediately. Team LVC point. Anson Webb, a new face for Team LVC this weekend. Native of Berbice, Guyana in South America. Went to college at York College in Queens, in New York City. 28 years of age, 6'5". Another high flyer. His connection offensively with Christian Smith, their setter, is going to be something to watch. Tipped into the block by Ratty, kept alive easily by Smith, but he's out of the play. Nardone, the second setter, dishes it to Frischman, who's blocked but covered. Smith to Varee through a seam off of Price and into the sidewall again. Too much heat to handle. For number 15 in black, Jordan Varee, who holds just about every career record there is at St. Francis University in Pennsylvania. Named to the EIVA Hall of Fame. Spent a little bit of time with the national team. Just a tremendous player, Jordan Varee is, and so unique in the way he attacks the ball. Not a very good pass by Ratty. He'll get this ball a little out of system against 2 blockers. And he's rejected by Webb with Varee there as well. And an early timeout here taken by Team Pineapple as LVC is completely dominant so far in the early going of set number 1. 11-4, an impressive start after LVC barely lost this morning's match. They went down 2-0. They brought it all the way back, winning sets 3 and 4 to force game 5, and ended up losing 15-12. They are coming back for some revenge here in set number 1 this afternoon. This is Christian Smith, the setter for LVC, serving out of the timeout. Another good float serve working on Ratty. Harpenau into the block. Nice touch by Webb. Nardone runs it down. Fishman cross court. 2 touches and out of play, and that's a bomb for number 6, Andrew Fishman. An outstanding block touch by Webb that was run down by the libero number 22 in white, Kevin Nardone. Another SUNY New Paltz guy, a Division III All-Star that won a national championship in 2016. As is Christian Smith, the setter here serving for LVC, continuing to work on Kyle Ratty. House into the block of Fishman, not a play, and Gary House, number 18 in green, is pretty much the heir apparent to the opposite position for Team Pineapple. That's going to be his spot to lose all season long. And with the legendary Jeff Petak in the building looking on, Gary's looking to do his predecessor proud at that position as Matt Harpenau misses the jump serve. Fishman with the jump spinner. Well located, but passed really, really well. This is Ratty on the left side. And a straight down clamp blocked by Jordan Varee. Ratty maybe a little bit late to that ball, trying to catch up to it. Had nothing to do but attack a low seam, and he was rejected harshly. Varee returning him the favor for some highlight reel blocks from this morning. Good pass by Price. There's the Bick attack connection, not quite there, but tipped and kept alive by Coker. Varee into a small seam in the block, ricochets off of Orion into the antenna, and this is all New York so far. 15-5, an explosive start for the New York Legion Volleyball Club, LVC. I use those interchangeably. Fishman continuing to put the heat on it. He's had some success going at Price. This time it's Ratty. And tipped to the floor to the 31 by Connor Orion, number 7 in green. 25-year-old middle blocker out of Cardinal Stritch in Milwaukee. Fiducia, again, like I mentioned, match MVP honors this morning after the great offense that he ran, distributing the ball really evenly all over the place. Good float server. There's Webb, tapped into the block of Ratty, hit back over on one. Basically a free ball here for Smith and LVC. Coker on the left side, down the line, but no touch. And Coker had some success early, getting the better of Gary House's outside hand. House lining up better that time, not allowing Coker to hit the floor, missing the sideline by a few tiles. Platform back set to Varee, tipped in the block of Ratty and out of bounds. What a smart play by Jordan Varee. Ratty looked to be smothering that ball, but Varee found a way to redirect it outside the sideline. The service sub going to come in here, number 1 in black, the legendary Legion founder and captain, fearless leader Chris Hosley. Serving for Anson Webb. Handled pretty easily by Meyer. Orion into the block and just out of bounds. Out by about a tile. That's a good call. The LVC block was all over it, but Orion just a little too quick as Hosley goes back to the bench. Ratty serving again. He's opted for the floater all weekend so far. We know he's got the jump spin in the bag. Coker into the hands. What a diving play by Fiducia. Ratty sends over a free ball handled by Nardone. High flying attack by Husman. It's Duggan covered. House into the block of Coker, kept alive somehow. And thrown straight to the floor by Jordan Varee finally. That was a wacky rally. Fun to watch. That was a brilliant play by Pasquale Fiducia and right back earlier off the block touch of Gary House, diving outside the sideline to scoop that ball back into play. But Legion walks away with the point and a 9-point lead. Just dominant here in set number 1. Oh, that's a smart swing by Tony Price. Nice fastball from Fiducia, but may have died just a little bit inside. Price very intentionally hits that into the outside hand of the block and into the antenna. Not all power from Tony Price. He's got some good range and some good vision. Coker is rejected straight down by House. 1-on-1. That ball maybe trapped just a little bit by Christian Smith. Nowhere for Coker to go. And a little rivalry sort of matchup developing here. Obviously the two teams, but individually I think Coker and House are kind of going at it right now. Varee out of the back row, hammered down the line, and there's just no stopping that, especially without a libero on the floor for Team Pineapple. 18 serving 10, New York. Coker working on Price. Perfect pass with his hands. House on the right side, down the line, picked up by Nardone somehow. But that ball out of bounds on the second touch. And that is a really good swing for number 18 in green, Gary House. I love right-handed opposites. We're comfortable hitting that ball down the line, a little bit of wrist away. It's less common for sure. There's another one, but what a dig by Meyer. Oh, cross-body detonation from Chris Husman. And we talked a lot about this morning. It's definitely worth mentioning again. Christian Smith and Chris Husman, setter and middle for Team LVC, have been playing together all through college and all through high school. They go back a long way, and that connection is obvious when you see it out here on the court. They did some ridiculous things offensively in the match this morning. They both won a national championship with SUNY New Paltz in 2016, both first-team All-Americans, and Christian Smith, the setter, the National Player of the Year in Division III that year. That is a big deal. Passed right on the net and dumped over by Smith, but a really nice play by Meyer, keeping it alive. Free out of the back row, cross-court against one blocker, and he terminates it. And right there is the benefit of a physical 6'5" setter like Smith. A really nice looking reverse dump from right on top of the net, but a brilliant read by J.J. Meyer, number 16 in black. Libero on the near side, picking that ball up. LVC does walk away with a point, though, 20-12. The impressive performance continues, but for about 10 points now, it's been pretty back and forth side-out-wise. That ball a little bit underset to the pipe. Price a little bit late to get there. Fishman into the block, and he's rejected by Harpenow. And Pineapple bails himself out. A little bit of an awkward offensive look with a nice, solid, fundamental stuff block by Matty Ice. Harpenow to serve here is number 17 in green, Cincinnati native from Lees McRae University. He's got a good jump serve. Nice pass, though. Fishman on the right side, through the block of Ratty somehow. And he puts it away in rotation 1. And we talked a lot about this morning. In rotation 1, where the outside hitter and opposite are switched on the pins and serve receive, that one rotation, teams sometimes struggle to get out of that spot. And in LVC, it's almost always Andrew Fishman on the right side who's going to get that ball. So Pineapple has figured that out, and Ratty put up a good block against him right there, but an unlucky bounce. Good serve by Fishman, working on Price. Ratty kind of late to the ball again, tipped and handled by Coker. Fishman out of the back row. Beautiful dig by Meyer, but a free ball for LVC. Veree, sharp cross court, kept alive. Oh, but not for long, unfortunately. Fiducia scooped it out of the net, but then it flew pretty much straight into the pole on the side of our down official. The score now 22-13. I really like that set choice by Smith there in transition, getting Fishman involved. When a big jump server is back there at the line, he loves to get used as a back row attacking option to keep his rhythm really hot. I really like that set choice. Beautiful pass by Meyer again, but the block is covered on Orion. Ratty's going to have a swing at this out of system over the top of the block. Did he get the touch? No, he did not. And the domination in set number 1 here continues for New York, 23-13. My goodness. Fishman again. New York 2 points away from closing out set number 1 here. Fish goes for the cut short serve, misses a little bit too short. Fiducia with a very good float serve. See which rotation Pineapple is able to make a run here. Webb out of the middle is dug by Fiducia. Ratty way out of system. Good job positioning himself in relation to the ball and the block, and he puts it away out of the reach of Nardone, diving in the back row for LVC. That was a really nice adjustment by number 13 in green. Kyle Ratty, 6'8", 35 years of age, out of Michigan State. Plays a lot of outdoor these days, but it's really fun to watch him take those skills to the indoor court in 6-on-6 format. Coker down the line again, and off of Fiducia and right back and out of play. Coker having a lot of success hitting the ball down the line. I know that's a comfortable shot of his. And I mentioned the individual matchup between House and Coker, as now LVC has set point here. See if he makes an adjustment on that blocking matchup. Service error that time by Webb. So it'll be Kyle Ratty down by 8, 16-24 serving for Pineapple. And if he's going to bring out the jump serve just to see how it's doing this weekend, this is probably the time. Sticks with the float, clips the tape, barely handled by Fishman. Ended up being pretty much a perfect pass. Coker off the hands of House, pretty well defended. Price, nice and high off the fingertips and out of play, and a good-looking piece of offense in transition by Indiana. We talk about this a lot. Volleyball, such a momentum game. Pineapple probably not going to win this set, but any amount of momentum that they can generate going into set number 2 could be huge as this match goes along. Free on the right side, dug by Fiducia. Not into the ceiling yet. Ratty keeps it in play. Price sends over the free ball. Nice and short, though. Hoosman, nice block touch by Orion. House on the right side, into the block of Hoosman, kept alive by Ratty. Price, did he get the touch on its way out? No, I don't believe so, and that'll do it for set number 1. 25-17, the final score. LVC in dominant fashion gets on the board in this match, but Pineapple showing a little bit of life there at the end. After the early deficit, they played mostly side-out volleyball from there on. And this match is very far from over. We'll be right back with set number 2. Do not go anywhere.
It's like a video game.
up Instagram Live for Rob. Thanks for tuning in. This is awesome. Huge first set by Team LVC. That was insane. I'm going to close Instagram Live stream now because we have a time limit on these. No time limit on YouTube. So you can check us out over there. Same chat feature. I want to see all you LVC players. These names I recognize. I want to see it in the chirping just the same way. That's what it's all about. So come check us out on YouTube. We'll be back on Instagram Live tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. So link in our bio for the YouTube channel. We'll all be there. We'll see how long it goes. And see that match. Big shout-outs to Dan Pawlikowski all the way from Denmark in Europe, doing some stats for us from a tremendous distance. Jordan Vary led LVC in set number 1 with 5 kills and 2 blocks, and offensively as a team, LVC had 14 kills to Pineapple's 9. And it was, I did not think it was because Pineapple was passing the ball poorly. The offense just wasn't quite able to terminate against a pretty good and quick LVC block and defense. Looks like for Pineapple here, as we get started with set number 2, Kyle Ratty to the bench, replaced by Bruno Amorim da Silva, number 12 in green, an absolute all-star. We'll talk about him a lot as the match goes on, see if that gives TP a little more what they're looking for. Bruno right away over the top of the block. Dug by Coker and into the ceiling. That ball dead immediately. Point Team Pineapple. So Bruno coming in and making an immediate impact on the Team Pineapple offense. Spent a lot of his career playing opposite in every conceivable professional league in the world. But as much as sand as he plays now, as well as he controls the ball, outside hitter, a perfect spot for him for Team Pineapple, allowing Gary House to stay on the right side. And you get him in rotation 1 right here where he passes and hits on the right. So Bruno is going to be a huge option in this rotation for Pineapple as they receive the serve of Fishman here. Overpassed and dunked straight to the floor by Anson Webb. Two-handed slam. But he took it in front of his forehead, so no lift or carry was called. Fishman again at a good set serving in set number 1. Good pass by Meyerhouse on the outside, down the line, and a beautiful shot by number 18 in green. And an equally good delivery by Pasquale Fiducia. I just love watching both of these guys set the ball, Fiducia and Smith, for their respective teams. Just tremendous athletes. And really smart floor generals of their respective offenses. Bruno's first look from the service line, an absolute dime from Nardone. But what a stuff block that is by Connor Orion, levitating through the air to shut down Anson Webb. Big play there from Team Pineapple. I talked a lot earlier this morning. I talked with Lloyd Ball, godfather of Team Pineapple, earlier this week about Team Pineapple's ongoing transition to youth versus Loy and his old IPFW teammates, the classic names that you're used to seeing. There's one of those young names as Tony Price gets up high and bangs that ball through a triple block. That's a pretty much impossible swing. An amazing put away by number 99 in green. And just like I'm saying, Lloyd Ball has just gushed over the young talent that he has in this Team Pineapple program. Orion, House, and Price right now, all so young. All of them younger than 28 at the very least. Rocket of a serve by Bruno that time. It's going to be an ace off of Coker. Exactly what Team Pineapple needed here after getting kind of dusted in set number 1. A quick 5-2 advantage, trying to level this thing up at a set apiece. Bruno that time misses it into the tape, and LVC breathes a sigh of relief because Bruno is dangerous back there, let me tell you. Webb, the middle blocker serving, got a good-looking hybrid, puts a little topspin on that guy, but a replay going to be called as a stray volleyball comes on the court. A common occurrence for those of you who have been to big juniors events like this one before. So Webb will get to serve again. LVC trails by 2. Perfect pass. A beautiful stuff block that time. Coker and Hoosman combining to reject Connor Orion that time. It's an excellent piece of work by Grant Coker, helping out from the outside blocker spot and on the middle. Quick middle attack there. I know every middle blocker loves an outside who helps like that. Webb trying to go down the line, misses it wide. Well watched by Price that time. .614 Pineapples. Orion goes back to serve. A dangerous jump server working on Coker. Pass well off the net. Really good platform set by Smith to Varee, and a diving Bruno can't quite make the play off the block touch. That's a terrific bump set by number 2 in black. Christian Smith, I mentioned earlier how big of a deal it is to be named National Player of the Year as a setter. I don't want to hear anybody look down upon NCAA Division III. That New Paltz team that a bunch of those guys were on in 2016 could have competed with anybody in Division I that you want. Those teams are really good, and everybody on the East Coast kind of knows about this. Oh, good rescue by Fiducia. Free ball coming here. Where does Smith go with this one? Coker on the left side, and another swing down the line catches a piece of House's hands and out of play. And Coker doing an excellent job being terminal over there and working down the line. Varee again, that serve last time almost didn't come back. Now we're tied at 6. See if he can keep heating up. Good serve, but an even better pass by Bruno. House down the line, dug by Nardone, slapped up by Smith, and rolled over, and it scores by Fishman. That is one of the craziest assists that Christian Smith will ever get. Practically float served that ball straight up into the air and ended up being hittable for Fishman. And a really nice off-speed choice out of the pipe, a very underutilized option. A couple diving men in green can't make the play. That was really cool offense, quote-unquote offense, by Team LVC. Varee again. This is a guy that Team Pineapple just has to get off the service line, and they do in the form of a service error long, well watched by Bruno. Well watched by Nardone as that ball goes out of bounds. They have gotten an assist from Jordan Varee calling that ball out of bounds as his bench sings his praises. Coker going back to serve here. Actually was coached by Jordan Varee briefly in college at Penn State Behrend. Those two now teammates this weekend for Team LVC. Kind of a cool story. Keeps that one in play. Handled pretty easily by Bruno. Price down the line off the block of Smith and out of play. And I mentioned this morning how fast of a ball Tony Price likes to hit in system. And there's no setter that I can think of better at delivering that ball, other than Loy Ball, of course, than Pasquale Fiducia. Just loves to gun that ball out to the pin fast, giving Price the chance to take advantage of one or no or late blockers a lot of the time. Another footfall, this time by Price. That was a good-looking serve. Fishman ate it up anyway and passed a nail. And now Chris Hoosman, explosive middle blocker that we've seen a few times already. Had an ace in set 1. He's back to serve. That's another really good rip. Overpass and handle by Fishman. Fish is rejected, but covered by Hoosman. And a swing by Smith. Somebody touched the net. It was Christian Smith on the follow-through. Unfortunately, that's too bad. Everyone loves when setters get a chance to swing. Nice cover by Hoosman that time. But Pineapple takes the point. We're tied up at 9. A much more competitive set here in set number 2 already. Good serve by Harpana, handled by Coker. Varee out of the back row, just destroyed down the line, and nothing Harpana can do to keep that one in play. This is awesome volleyball. Man, I talked to Pasquale, Team Pineapple's setter this morning, and I talked to Loya as well about how high the level is today. Higher than I think any of us were expecting. It's been such a weird year for volleyball. Guys haven't been able to play that much. We might have been expecting a little bit of rust, but really none visible. And what a bomb that is from Bruno. Just amazing cross-court range. I can't get over how well these guys are playing. How well the guys and how well the teams are playing. Setter-hitter connections, like passing responsibilities, all this really nuanced stuff has not been like falling far behind, even though these guys haven't played in a little bit of a while, and it's only getting better, like all the guys have been saying. That's a great swing by Gary House off the tops of the fingertips of the block and out of play. Guys at this level, for those of you who haven't watched all that much volleyball, the hitters at this level see the block so well, and sometimes they'll hit the ball into the block on purpose. The block isn't always the thing to be afraid of. You can hit it off the high fingertips like Gary House just did. You can hit it into the block softly to get covered on your side, or you can do what Fishman just did and just slap it high into the hands and get the deflection way out of the play for a point. So you don't always have to worry about hitting it around the block. You can hit through the block, you can hit into the block, and sometimes get away with it. Blocking a very difficult skill to do at the very highest level. So those couple stuff blocks that we'll see set for set and match to match matter a lot more in the swing of the match. Oh, great set from Freduccia, picked up by Coker off a pretty good block touch, tapped over by Webb. House against two blockers. And another good high swing off the fingertips, and it carries long. Bruno serving again, and like I said earlier, this is a guy that Team LVC wants to get off the line as fast as possible. That's such a good pass, and just crushed through a seam by Varee. That is an outstanding piece of serve receive work by Andrew Fishman, number 6 in black. Beautiful delivery by Smith, and Varee, definitely the go-to guy offensively for Team LVC. Makes no mistake about that one. Chris Hosley, the captain, once again comes in to serve, replacing Anson Webb. Perfect pass. House down the line off the block of Coker and out of play. And a little returning of the favor. Coker been tooling House a lot down the line this match. House giving it right back to him. Good serve from Orion. Pass well off the net. Platform set coming out to Coker. Into the block. Kept alive, and that'll be a lift or something. And that's actually a pretty good swing by Coker, despite the fact that it ends in a stuff block. That was hit not very hard, high into the high parts of the block, in an area that it should be able to be covered on the LVC side. So not a bad swing by Coker by any means. Ace serve. Connor Orion right in a seam between Coker and Fishman. Pineapple, don't look now. They're out to a little bit of a lead here, 15-12. No timeout from LVC just yet. Another good serve, this time working on Nardone. Varee just has to send over a free ball. Where does Fiducia go with this? Price on the left. What a diving play by Fishman. Legally brought back by Varee. Smith will have a swing at it. Rolled down the line, picked up by Nardone again. No, that ball's called down. And the LVC bench is beside themselves. They are all convinced that Kevin Nardone made that pancake play, and I think he did from where I'm sitting. That is a tough break. And another Team Pineapple point now, 16-12. Still no timeout from LVC. Orion continuing to serve. That one handled beautifully by Fishman. Varee again, sharp cross court and terminated right inside the sideline. And Pineapple better be careful. If Jordan's starting to show all this range, not just hitting the ball down the line all the time, they are in trouble, especially as he goes back to serve here. Looking to bring this deficit back a little bit, 13-16. Overpassed and hammered to the floor by Coker and or Husman. Whoever got a hold of that, it went straight down. And the overpass generated by the missile of a serve from Vary. LVC within 2. Another good rip, handled more conservatively off the net this time by Bruno. Price out of system, rolled and kept alive by Nardone. Nice diving play. Fishman out of the pipe, wrist away, and right on the sideline. That's such a good offensive choice in transition by Christian Smith. While everyone's just diving all over the place, off blockers are out of sorts. Vary just served, came in and played some defense. The only guy who can part the Red Sea in the middle of the court and have a good runway to hit the ball that time was Fishman out of the pipe, and a really good set choice by Smith. LVC within 1. Oh, Jordan really went for that one, but missed just wide of the sideline, wrist away. House keeping it in play with a float serve, working on Fishman. Perfect pass with his hands. Coker down the line, crushed off the platform of House and out of play. Coker is hot right now. Kid is playing really well, hitting the ball down the line with authority. Perfect pass by Bruno. Price is roofed by Smith. What a move by number 2 in black. And we are right back level at 17 apiece. Just what LVC needed. A big stuff block by the nice size setter Smith at 6'5". Coker again looking to keep this ball in play. Been working on Bruno primarily. Goes at him again. This will be House out of the back row over the top of the block. Husman into the block. Oh, but the cover not quite communicated well enough. Nardone and Coker were both there, but neither of them get that good of a touch. And actually a pretty crucial point there for Team Pineapple to get out of. They were starting to see the momentum slip away a little bit, but now they retake a 1-point lead with Tony Price back at the service line. This is where I expect Bruno to get really hot for Team Pineapple now in the front row. Husman had a lot of success serving so far. He likes that thumb up, like tailing serve all the way across to the opposite corner to where Tony Price is standing right now. That's exactly where he goes. Price passes that way off to the far sideline. Beautiful set by Bruno. And House through the block of Webb somehow and down. And that's another big play for Team Pineapple. Getting out of an out of system situation in serve receive. And now Kyle Ratty, who we saw in the last set, is going to come in this time as a serving sub for Matt Harpenow. He did this exact same thing in set 5 in the match this morning, and it keyed the 3-point run that broke a 12-12 tie and turned it into 15-12 for Team Pineapple. Fishman into the block of Fiducia, kept alive somehow, sent over by Coker. Bruno high into the hands and out of play, and a beautiful swing. Like I said earlier, these guys don't fear the block at this high of a level. Bruno especially. Just such tremendous vision. Sees in such fast reaction time. Sees these tiny little weaknesses in the block and targets them. And scores a lot of points off hands. Oh, that's a really nice swing by Vary. And Bruno can't believe he didn't get a better block touch on that. Ratty's service sub is undone on the Pineapple side. And it'll be Christian Smith serving down by 1, 19-20. Big turning point in the match right here in set number 2. The difference between 2-0 and 1-1. We had a similar situation this morning. Good block touch by Vary. Nardone can run this down. Coker out of the pipe. Dug by Meyer in middle back. Fishman just out of bounds on the block, and a kill by Gary House once again. Nice scramble by Team LVC, but Pineapple mercilessly puts it away in transition. (21-19). Fiducia working on Coker. Perfect hand pass. Oh my goodness, what a block by Gary House. just closing the door on Anson Webb. Nowhere to go. And that is a big play. 22-19, a 3-point advantage on serve. A huge margin and a big step towards going up to, or leveling this match at 1 set apiece, excuse me. That's an ace serve by Fiducia. Wow, what a nasty floater that was. Left LVC clueless on whether or not to play that ball, and that landed a good 2 tiles inside the end line. 23-19 now. Handled by Nardone that time. This is Fishman on the right side into the block of Bruno and out of play again. That's 2 kind of unlucky block touches in a row for the Brazilian Team Pineapple outside. I talked about Fishman being the guy in rotation 1 for LVC. Gets him out of it that time, and now he's got some work to do at the service line, down by 3. That is an incredible serve, but an even better pass by J.J. Meyer. House tries to cut that one 4-4 against 3 blockers and misses it short into the net. So there's 1 point on serve that LVC needs. All set up by a nasty serve by Andrew Fishman. 21-23. Another good one. Perfect pass by Meyer again. And straight to the floor by Orion. What great serve receive work by J.J. Meyer. The guy does not get enough credit for how good of a libero he is. Just a tremendous serve receiver. And he likes, I know JJ likes passing the ball right on the net. He's used to passing for Lloyd Ball, for God's sakes. And Fiducia, not that size, but just that level of athlete, able to go up and get that ball off the plane of the net. Coker handles that pass well off the net. What a set by Smith! That is one of the very best bump sets I have ever seen from Christian Smith. That was from 50 feet away. The entire right back corner, absolutely perfectly located for Grant Coker. Just an amazing play, and could be a really important one. Serving sub Dave Evans here, number 25 in black, comes in for LVC. Facing Pineapple set point. Way out of system here, coming from House over the top of the block. Chance in transition. Oh, but a miscommunication between Smith and Husman, and that'll do it. Team Pineapple survives a really competitive set number 2. 25-22 the final score. And we are all level at 1 apiece. We're going at least 4 sets here this afternoon. A lot more volleyball coming your way. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Shout out to Dan Palakowski again, not just for stats, but a great idea he had earlier to give kind of an update for everybody on your favorite VLA guys who are not playing this weekend because they are overseas playing in Europe. We got a lot of VLA guys that'll be back playing with our various teams for the summer that are right now pursuing their professional careers in Europe. So I want to give a couple updates. First one, kind of a home game for Dan and Coley in Denmark. Thomas Goldsmith, Team Pineapple outside hitter, in his first professional season for Gentofte Volley in Denmark. Tomas comes off the bench and helps his team to a 3-0 victory, stay undefeated and in first place in Denmark. Cody Kessel from Team LVC for the Berlin Recycling Volleys in Germany plays tomorrow for first place. And Dave Wyzorek, our MVP from the summer, from the Chicago Icemen, also in Germany. He's back from an abdominal injury and is playing now for Hersching, who's in 5th place in the German league. Mike Marshman, LVC guy, middle blocker from the all-tournament team in the summer, is in 5th place in the French A-League with Cambrai, which is a very big deal for him. His team graduated from the 2nd league this year, and they're in 5th place in the A-League, which is a very big accomplishment. Dave Hancock from the Chicago Icemen, playing in Germany's B-League right now. Nikola Sherzhin, former National Player of the Year, of course, for Team LVC with Aseko Resovia in Poland. They're in 7th place out of the 14 teams. Nick was injured for a little bit this year, but back into the starting lineup. Blake Leeson, fan favorite Ohio State middle from Team LVC, playing in Switzerland. Leeson's team got a sweep today. They moved into 4th place in the Swiss League. Maxime Hervoir, another French guy, LVC outside hitter, in 2nd place in the French B League. And Avery Aylesworth, libero from Southern California, probably playing for Chicago this year, plays for Friedrichshafen in Germany. And they are on the verge of moving into 1st place in the German A-League. So a lot of VLA guys having outstanding professional seasons right now, being real contributors on like top caliber international teams. So that's really cool to see. Set number 3 coming your way. We're tied up at 1 set apiece. Fiducci will get us going for Team Pineapple on the near side. Coker down the line again, and he's just been pretty much unstoppable hitting that shot. There is one that House forced him to pull a little bit wide of the sideline, but other than that, Coker's had everything he's wanted hitting that line shot, and Smith doing a really good job of pushing that ball out to him all the way to the antenna. Great pass by Meyer again, and tapped to the floor on the 31 by Orion. Two kind of contrasting styles in middle blocker for Team Pineapple that I really like. Orion, the slightly smaller, I can't believe I'm saying that because he's 6'6", but just a crazy athlete, fast, springy. And then Matt Harpenau, just long and big at 6'9". So definitely different styles of the middle blocker position. Great pass by Coker. And another swing down the line. This time House made a little bit of a better move, but deflects off his hands, and a diving Fiducia can't make the play. Statistical leaders right now, by the way, Gary House, 9 kills, 3 blocks for Team Pineapple. Jordan Veree, 10 kills, 2 blocks for LVC. And Andrew Fishman, a very solid 7 kills up to this point. Nice serve from Veree, overpass handled by Smith. Oh, an outstanding tip shot by Coker off the head of Gary House and out of play. Really smart off-speed offense. We haven't really seen Coker do anything but hit that like 90% shot down the line, but that's a really good off-speed one there. Veree again, a server that Team Pineapple just wants to get rid of however they can. Pretty good pass from Price. This is House on the right side, rolled over, dug by Fishman. Veree, dug by Bruno. Beautiful dig. This will be Price out of system. Rolled over, 3 blockers, and it falls. That's such a good shot by number 99 in green. Outstanding dig by Bruno, filling a seam in the block over there in middle back. Exactly where he needed to be to pop that ball up. And Price with a nice off-speed choice. Orion now serving, had an ace last set. Coker again, a little early to that ball. Bruno standing in exactly the right spot again. And then Price terminates in transition. What a dig by Bruno, and the celebration even better. You just love to see it. I just can't think on the level of how Bruno reads the game of volleyball. It's just amazing. It must be a Brazilian thing. They read the game just so incredibly well. Great pass by Fish again. Veree out of the back row just unleashes that ball down the line. And this is the competitive match I was expecting to see here. We made the joke this morning that when these two teams get together, it almost always results in a 5-setter. And as competitive as this is, you never know. We might just see it again. Ooh, that one overcut by Gary House down the line and out of bounds. A little too much wrist away. (5-3), an early LVC advantage here in set number 3. We're tied up at a set apiece. See who Coker goes after with his jump serve this time. He's definitely wanting to keep the ball away from J.J. Meyer for good reason. Works it short, handled easily by Bruno. Actually overpassed a little bit. Kept alive by Price, but not for long. And Bruno maybe a little too used to passing to tall Loy Ball out there. Fiducia couldn't quite go up and get that one off the plane of the net. Coker again with a 3-point lead. Perfect hand pass by Bruno. There's House straight down the line, right on the sideline, and a beautiful restorative swing for Gary House. Just what he needed before he goes to serve and has to hit some more out-of-system balls out of the back row here. Smart set choice from Fiducia. Generates the one-on-one. Fishman, great block touch from Fiducia. And Price wipes it off the hands of Smith and out of play. That is such a tremendous play by Pasquale Fiducia. Turned that in-system attack basically into a free ball with that block deflection. And then a really nice delivery, quick to the outside, and Price with another smart swing down the line. These two teams are playing really well. What a block that is by Harpenow. Absolutely all over Chris Huesman that time. Pineapple right back into it. They tied up at 6. Fishman down the line. That's just long. Out of bounds. Ooh. A touch, though, is called against Fiducia, I believe. Good sportsmanship by Fiducia owning up to that touch. I didn't see it in real time. So that's a big point for Team LVC. Now Chris Huesman back to the line. He's probably going to go at Meyer here. Yep, that's exactly where he goes. And overpassed. Smith to Fishman off the block of Fiducia and out of play. What a rip by Fishman. Absolutely no holds barred. He's hitting that ball as hard as he can off the block and down the line. The way Huesman hits this serve is just so unique. It doesn't have that much spin on it, but it's got this nasty tail. Yeah, there it is. But that one a little bit more straight than it was hooking and misses long. Such a unique jump serve. I really like the way he hits that. And I love middle blockers. You can go up and hit the jump spin. 7 serving 8. This time Tony Price. Misses that one short, trying to work wrist away. This is Smith, who's got a mesmerizing float serve. A good rotation, good matchup here for Team LVC. Bruno into the antenna. That's an unforced error. Trying to hit that ball down the line. He had a little bit of space there. Just a tiny bit of a miscalculation on the hand contact. 10-7 now, the LVC lead. Back up to 3. It hasn't been bigger than that this set, and Pineapple's been able to close the gap every time. Ooh, not a good service error that time by Smith. He will want that one back. The serving sub going to come in here. Kyle Ratty again replacing Matt Harpenow. Fishman on the right side, threw a seam in the block, and Price can't pick it up in middle back, and just like clockwork, Smith to Fishman on the right side in rotation 1. I wish I had the stats on that, but it feels like 9 out of every 10 balls in that rotation are going there. And it's reliable. Fishman hitting really efficiently, but going with the float serve here from the line, that's an interesting choice. What a set by Fiducia to Orion. Really nice spacing. And Orion doing a great job of keeping his shoulders open, being up quick and available. A nice, easy target for Fiducia to set at. No block able to catch up with that as far towards the left of the court as it was. Coker again down the line, touched by House and Fiducia. And when is somebody going to stop Grant Coker hitting that shot? I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I definitely agree with Coker's strategy. Just commit to that shot until Pineapple stops it and makes you try to show some range. And Coker's got it if he needs it. But he's making the game look easy right now. Hosley, the service sub off the bench. Good jump spinner handle really well. Cross body by Orion again. And the athleticism continuing to shine through for both the setter Fiducia and the middle blocker Orion, getting involved in the offense here for Team Pineapple. This is Bruno from the service line, trailing by 2, but a big rotation here for Pineapple. Rotation 3 received for New York. Varie through a seam again. Bruno was there, but couldn't quite get a touch that kept that ball inside the side wall. That, you know, that's sometimes the case when a guy hits the ball as hard as Jordan Varie does. And I'm so impressed with how Andrew Fishman is playing right now. I don't think he's getting enough credit for how well he's passing the ball. He's taken up a lot of space. Him and Kevin Nardone both are doing a terrific job controlling the ball on the first contact. House a little early to that ball into the block, but just out of bounds, so he gets away with it. House and Coker continuing to go at it in that one-on-one matchup between the opposite and the outside hitter. It's fun to watch. Good rip by Orion, and that's an ace serve right on the end line. I love the action that he has on his serve as well. He contacts it from such a high point, and a lot of times it looks like it's going out of bounds and then dips right on the end line. A pretty nasty serve for passers to commit to trying to play. Goes at it again, this time Fishman with a nail off his platform. Look how fast that was! And that's Hoosman, the middle blocker, hitting on the left side. An absolute shoot ball from Smith to Hoosman, a middle blocker. In that rotation, he's on the left sideline, and that's just a classic example of how long those guys have been playing together. All through college, all through high school, both Division III first-team All-Americans. And the connection there is just so much fun to watch. It's been all day so far. Nice dig by Varie on the middle attack. Fishman, and a brilliant shot off the block and out of play. And Gary House is getting just abused in the blocking area of the game right now. With the exception of that one straight down block he had against Danson Webb in the 31 in set 2, I believe. It's the Pins of LVC are having whatever they want hitting against Gary House right now. Oh, that's such a good touch by Hoosman, and an even better second touch. And he gets set that ball. That is just an amazing volleyball play by number 14 in black. Flying to the sideline, gets that little block touch somehow, then taps up the first contact one-handed right to his setter, and then is available to get set and put it away. That's amazing athleticism, and a middle blocker play that deserves all the credit in the world for how amazing that was. That was so cool. And I love that Smith is willing to feed it to him in that situation. Timeout, Team Pineapple, 16-12 New York. Great volleyball here. Out of the timeout, Coker continuing to serve for LVC, doing a nice job putting jump serves in and with pace. Not making very many unforced errors back there. 16-12. Handled easily by Price that time. House on the right side, a little weird hand contact. Nardone can keep this alive. I think that's in play off the foot of Hoosman. Yes, it is. Price into the head of Hoosman on the block that time, and Pineapple walks away with the point, but everyone kind of stopped and looked at that ball while it was still alive. That was a crazy play. That was wild. Yeah, that was going in too. House serving with the floater, working on Coker. Pretty good pass. Varie out of the back row, down the line, but overcut, missed out of bounds. A little bit too much inside-out action on the arm swing with his shoulders. Jordan Veree, I think I do this literally every match he plays, but we've got to talk about his footwork. Well, that's an ace serve. Oh, man, LVC just watched that the whole way. They had no intention of passing that ball. Well, that lands right on the end line for Gary House. And a timeout here with 3 points in a row from Team Pineapple from 16-12 to 16-15. LVC is going to time out. Let's talk about Jordan Veree's footwork. So I want you guys to watch number 15 in black the next couple times he swings. On almost every case in the world in volleyball, when you're a right-handed hitter, your steps are left, right, left. You jump, your last step is off your left foot, the opposite foot of the arm that you're swinging with. So Jordan, when he hits on the right side, front row or back row, switches and hits with kind of a goofy-footed approach where his last step is with his right. But when he hits on the left side in rotation 1, or when he serves, when he jump serves, he does more of a conventional approach with his last step is his left. So he switches his footwork based on where he is on the court, and that's just insane to me. Perfect pass by Nardone. Fishman, nice block touch by Harpenow. House out of the back row, and that's an unforced hitting error into the antenna. And a missed opportunity for Team Pineapple as LVC takes a pretty important point there. Now 17-15. They've had a good amount of momentum that was slipping away after Team Pineapple's last timeout. This is Husman missing that one short into the net. Price again, see if he just keeps, the float serve this time for Tony Price, just keeping it in play, and that's a good one. Veree again, just crushed through a seam in the block. And I think what's happening here is an adjustment that I really wanted to see from Team Pineapple this morning. They're now finally making it. And I think that's now that Bruno, the left side blocker in that case, is moving his block setup further towards the pin, trying to take the line away from Jordan Veree. But the problem that creates is that now Harpenow, the middle blocker, has longer to go to close the seam. Nice cover there. Bruno on the outside, beats it through the block cross court and scores. So now Jordan, the Veree, sees that his line is taken away, but now the middle blocker has to work that much harder to fill the seam. So now he's able to just kind of bomb away into the seam with very little resistance. So a nice adjustment by Team Pineapple to take away Veree's strength, but an even better offensive adjustment by Veree to take what's given to him. And our officials are going to talk about something here. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, I think it's a substitution rule thing as Kyle Ratty came in to serve for Matt Harpenow. Yeah, I think we're getting clarification on substitution rules. We're playing with, like, FIVB substitutions. The way that works is you get 6 subs a set, which is not very many. But furthermore, we call it like 1 in, 1 out. So if Ratty comes in to serve for Harpenow and then goes back out, Ratty has to stay out for the rest of the set. So if you come into the match and then you come back out, you can't go back in a second time. And I think that's what we're getting clarified here. So Pineapple will still take that point, but no service sub. Matt Harpenow will serve. Down by 1, 17-18. And turns out they could have used the service sub as that serves missed low into the net. 19-17. This is a really important set for Team LVC to win. They seemed like they've had command, but Pineapple, as they're so good at doing and have been over the last 10 years, just hanging around and so dangerous once the scores get to the 20s. Bruno, did he get the touch? Yes, he did. Called right away by our down official. And Bruno has no intention of hitting that ball into the court. None at all. All he wants is the fingertips of the block. And that is a good swing. Not every good swing is destined for the court. Just as good of a swing as one like that that's meant to hit the hands. Coker into the block of Orion, covered really well by Nardone. Coker again, rejected by House, and finally Gary House getting the better of Grant Coker in that individual matchup, blocker versus hitter. And that's a big play. We're tied up at 19. And I know there's probably a little bit of talking going on between the net between those two guys. Fiducia serving to break the tie. Get rid of a stray volleyball really quickly. Oh, that ball passed just a little bit too tight, and the one-handed set attempt by Smith goes out of bounds past the antenna. And right on cue, Team Pineapple's just taking the lead. What did I say about them being so dangerous at the end of sets? LVC's got to come back and reestablish momentum here. They want to take set number 3. Platform set to Varie on the right side. And a straight down stuff block by Orion with Bruno there as well. And that is exactly what I'm talking about, that adjustment on the block. Bruno going all the way out to the line, and since that was a bump set, had the block of Team Pineapple had more time, Orion was able to seal the seam. So Varie with pretty much nowhere to go hits it right into the elbows of Connor Orion, and now Team Pineapple up 21-19. What a comeback by Indiana here. Fiducia, the young 24-year-old setter out of McKendree, has the keys to the car, so to speak, for Team Pineapple all weekend and all season long. And he's at the service line here with a 2-point lead. Tipped into the block by Anson Webb and rejected again by Orion. That's 2 in a row. And Connor Orion is really making a name for himself this weekend. The kid is playing great volleyball, offensively and defensively, and throwing in a little bit of service pressure as well never hurts. Really impressed with number 7 in green. 22-19. Varie high off the hands. What a play by Fiducia. Meyer can send this over. Yes, free ball LVC. Varie again, that time down the line, dug by Meyer. Fiducia runs it down again, but can't quite get there. And this is such a high-level matchup game being played right now between Bruno and Jordan Varie. Bruno is being very intentional about where he lines up his block against Varie's right side attack. That time allowing Jordan to hit the ball down the line. And a couple pretty good digs there, but not quite good enough. A really interesting high-level matchup that's developing between those two guys who have such amazing volleyball careers under their belts. Ooh, not a good service error that time by service sub Ryan Carty. Bruno can pretty much put this set away with a point on serve right here, 23-20. Oh, what a bomb that was. But an even better pass. And what a, oh my goodness, I just can't believe some of the things that I see Christian Smith and Chris Huseman do together offensively. It's just amazing. The angles that Huseman runs with his approaches don't make any sense. Like, blockers haven't ever seen them before. It's awesome to watch. And that was a big side out for New York. And their best server at the line in Jordan Varie. Tough pass. Ooh, no call there. I think that's the right call. We're still in play. Oh, a back row blocker eventually is called. Yeah, Fiducia is a back row player right now. That exchange with Christian Smith there at the net, if it was deemed to be in the plane, it should be New York's point right away, and I think that is going to be the call. Yes, it is. So the service pressure of Varie forces just enough of an overpass. And the violation committed by Fiducia, nothing he could really do about it, honestly. Now 22-23. This is not over yet. Another good rip by Varie. What a swing by Tony Price. That is just awesome. Over, through, around, whatever. 3 blockers, who cares? The kid just swings away, and he puts that ball away in emphatic fashion. And now set point 24-22 for Connor Orion and Team Pineapple. Huseman crossbody on the back one. Kept alive. Bruno to Price for the set. Rolled over and dug by Varie. Coker again, roll shot dug by Fiducia. Another free ball for New York. Varie off the block of Price and out of play. That was really good volleyball. Team Pineapple really hanging in there on the defensive end. But LVC does stay alive for just one more point, and another service sub, this time Dave Evans, who came in the last set. 23-24. They've got to have this point on serve, or else we're going extras. House terminates, and that's it. 25-23. Team Pineapple once again comes from behind and steals set number 3. 25-23. So competitive this match. Just so much fun to watch. These teams are absolutely battling. And New York does not want to go down 0-2 in the series on the weekend. They will be back strong here in set number 4. We will be back in a few minutes with more VLA regular season volleyball. Don't go anywhere.
Set number 4 coming your way on court 31 for the VLA. Can Team Pineapple put it away up 2-1 to go up 2-0 in matches on the day? Or will Team LVC force a set 5 again? Come over to find out.
This is a sick match.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I've not been able to watch, so I wanted to kind of hide so that way it goes.
We just heard Christian Smith say big set 4 coming up here for New York, and black on the near side. Smith starting us off with the serve. No lineup changes for either team from what I can see right now. Bruno rejected by Vary. And definitely a trap set, but a nice disciplined move by Vary, not allowing himself to get used. Nice play by number 15 in black. Smith once again working on Price last time. This time Bruno passed really low. Bruno way out of system. Oh, it's such a good swing high off the hands. That is absolutely brilliant by number 12 in green. He had pretty much no chance on that ball. He hits it as hard as he can, pretty much upwards, and deflects just far enough off the block to score. That's just such an awesome high-level swing. Fiducia now for Team Pineapple. Look how far up the LVC passers are. All just trying to take the ball with their hands. Fishman does. Gets the ball on the right side. And he's rejected by Bruno again. And the adjustment that I keep talking about Bruno and Team Pineapple's left side blockers taking the line away from the right side hitters. Fishman loves it in row 1. Vary loves it all the time. Just out of bounds on the float serve by Fiducia. And a break for Team LVC, getting out of rotation 1 the easy way. Bruno on the right side now here for Team Pineapple. House on the left. Good serve by Fishman. Yeah, it's going to be an ace. Well watched by Nardone on its way out of bounds on the LVC side. That ball cutting a little far too across Bruno's body to keep that one in play. Nice serve by Fish and another ace for him. 3-2 LVC. Another good serve, very similar. That's a second ace in a row on Bruno. Wow, Andrew Fishman. Kind of an unassuming looking guy on the volleyball court, gotta be honest, but he has a tremendously good arm. And I already praised his ball control skill. And he just got the better of a very decorated international player. 2 serves in a row. And you better believe he's going right back there. And I would not be surprised to see Fiducia give Bruno this ball no matter what happens. It's exactly where he goes, but he works on it short to take Bruno out of the play. Orion over the top of the block. Coker in transition. Slapped over cross court, and Fishman, just a brilliant choice in serving that time. Cutting it short on Bruno, not allowing him to be a part of the offense. And a good defensive play by LVC, getting Coker a pretty good look in system. 5-2. I'm so impressed by how mature the high-level IQ of volleyball is between both of these teams in this match. Just out of bounds by Fishman, and a real sigh of relief for Team Pineapple on the far side. Bruno looking to undo some of the damage with a great trip to the service line. Nice pass by Nardone. Fari on the right, high into the block of Price, kept alive easily. Fari again, this time in the block of Orion, and deflects way out of play. And Jordan Fari is really rounding into form. He did not have the best start to his morning. His first 2 sets, he was pretty quiet. But there was one moment when he had a service run where he really kind of flipped a switch. Was great for the rest of that match and has been terrific so far today. And another struggle from the service line from Anson Webb, misses it down the line. Jump serve from Orion, perfect pass from Fishman. Fari again down the line, what a dig! Hoosman crossbody dug by Fiducia. Fari again is rejected by Price. The defense from Team Pineapple on that play. You've got to be kidding me. The middle blocker Orion taking the best swing Fari's got down the line. And then Fiducia on the middle attack too. Price with the stuff block. Man, what a volleyball play that was. Ace serve by Orion. Man. Team Pineapple just finds a way sometimes to make these impossible plays turn into their favor, and they just rip momentum from the other team out of it. It's amazing. They've been doing it for years. That's a perfect pass from Fishman. Yeah, I've got to get Fari back into this, but a really good block touch by Price again. House on the right side, nice and quick, down the line, dug by Nardone. Coker dug by Bruno. Price into the block, and he beats it. It falls on the LVC side. Talking about ripping momentum away. I think that's 3 points in a row for Team Pineapple. And just the way it feels live in the gym, it feels like Team Pineapple can do whatever they want right now, independent of what the scoreboard says. It's just amazing the way that they're able to take momentum back and control it, control the feel of the game. Good pass by Coker. Another stuff block by Price against Fari. 2 in a row. Plus the block touch on the last point that generated a Team Pineapple point. Amazing work by both Team Pineapple left side blockers, adjusting to and taking away what Jordan Fari wants to see over there. And a good job serving by Orion, continuing to work back there. And of course, right as I say that, it misses that one into the tape, but the damage was definitely done with an outstanding service run. This is where Jordan wants to do some damage. Good serve, well out of system, Team Pineapple with a high ball at best. It's going to be a free ball. Where does Smith go with this one? Fari out of the back row. A little bit weird in the angle. That's going to end up being a stuff block for Harpenow and Price. Smith, the setter, was kind of in Vari's runway that time for his approach path. House working on Nardone, perfect pass. Hoosman on the left, I think he followed through into the net. Yes, he did. A net violation committed by Hoosman, who's, we see him in this left front spot in serve receive. Smith likes to feed him those bullet quick tempo balls to the left side. Ball may have been going out of bounds. This is Coker this time, and that's a huge play. Smartly into the block of Fiducia and out of bounds, and just what Team LVC needed, in danger of letting this set and this match really slip away. To this point, statistically, Connor Orion, 5 blocks, 6 kills, 2 aces, and that was before the last trip to the service line that he had. Vary, 14 kills. House, 12 kills, 4 blocks, and an ace. Fiducia takes a swing at that one. Fishman into the block of Fiducia. Nice cover by Coker. Free ball sent over. Oh, great block touch by Hoosman, but not good enough. And Fiducia to, I believe, Orion in the middle. No, that was Harpenow with the kill that time. The Team Pineapple offense just looks like they're a step ahead in the matchup right now. Good float serve. Pushed all the way out to Fishman, rolled over the top of the block, dug by Meyer. Another chance here for Team Pineapple in transition. House cross court. What a dig by Vary. Coker out of the back row is rejected by Bruno. And a substitution going to come in here. Dave Evans replaces Grant Coker. An outside hitter swap. Evans had a pretty good match this morning, but definitely sacrifices some size. Only about 6'1", Dave Evans versus Coker at 6'5". Good serve by Price, working down the line on the newcomer Evans. Hoosman cross body, misses it wide. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Just that one little pushback from Team Pineapple has kind of caused LVC to crumble in this match. And you remember, they dominated set 1, 25-17. They were up by as many as 10. Service error that time by Price. Another substitution coming in here. Ryan Cardy, number 24 in black, replaces Anson Webb, so a different middle blocker look. And so now we're at exactly the lineup that we saw in the first match this morning for Team LVC. Harpenow straight to the floor. Excellent set by Fiducia again. And we wanted a little bit more chemistry between Fiducia and Harpenow, and we're getting it. The last 2 putaways by Harpenow have been perfect. Hand pass by Evans. Good swing by Fishman, but dug by Price. Vary out of the back row down the line and missed wide again. No touch. That time Jordan had the look that he wanted down the line, but couldn't execute it. Man, I can't believe this turnaround. Team Pineapple just took LVC's early, I think it was 6-3, took their lead away and have not looked back. Playing with so much confidence right now, and that is a big swing from Vary to keep his team alive here. But I can just tell, being in the gym, the atmosphere, the energy levels have been sucked out of the Team LVC side. Smith to serve here, continuing to search for point scorers on his team offensively. Another beautiful put away by Orion, and part of it is that I don't think LVC's putting on enough service pressure right now. Fiducia has had the easiest time of his life setting the offense because he's been in system always. Terrific passing by the unit of Bruno, Price, and Meyer for Team Pineapple. Vary on the left side, nice high swing into the block, is covered pretty easily. Fishman, did he get the block touch? I thought that he did, but none called. And Smith had a little bit too much distance to run to really set an in-system ball that time to Fishman, and finally we get an LVC timeout. I thought that would have been coming a few points ago. We'll see if they can find a spark out of this timeout to grab some momentum back, but as I see it right now, Team Pineapple has a chokehold on this match. (17-10). The Team Pineapple lead here. They're already up 2-1. If they close this out, the match is over. Nice pass by Evans. Varee into the block and just out of bounds. I think that's a good call. We're calling a touch on Varee on its way out of bounds. We saw that play earlier, but this time I think Jordan got out of the way. I don't think that's a good call. From where I'm sitting anyway. And a big play, obviously, as New York was on their way to getting out of rotation 1. But no, 18-10 is the correct score. Yeah, there we go. Oh, great serve. Taking Fishman completely out of the play. But Varee bails LVC out with a nice swing high into the hands and out of play. That was a terrific serve by Fiducia. Made Fishman dive short to his right. Had no chance to get up and hit that ball. And we saw last time Fishman with 2 aces in a row on Bruno in the cross-court area. If there's one way LVC's going to get back into this, it would be right here. Great pass from Meyer. Crushed cross-court by Bruno, and just an effortless side out of rotation 1. And there is a chance, ladies and gentlemen, that LVC's last hope of winning this match just went away after Pineapple got out of that rotation. Just a commanding 8-point lead. Just can't say enough about how Team Pineapple has conducted themselves in these close games, and now just putting their foot on the throats of Team LVC with a lead, not allowing anything that looks like a comeback. And see what Bruno's got here from the service line. A hammer! And a rescue from Smith, but a free ball for Team Pineapple. Price, nice block touch. Nardoni keeps it alive. Oh, and a brilliant off-speed choice by Evans. Tipped it, I think, at like the back of Gary House's shoulder somehow. Weird play. Nice dig there by Nardone off the block touch. And a nice rescue from Smith earlier in the point. That is a huge play for Team LVC. Cardi with the jump serve. Perfect pass by Meyer. Orion again. Look at that swing from number 7 in green, coming from his right sideline and athletic enough to get his shoulders around that ball and hit it back to the right. That's a very difficult shot to hit. And especially with no libero on the floor over there in left back for LVC, it's exactly the right one to choose that time. Evans overpass. Free ball here for Team Pineapple. Orion, though, that's Harpenau who's rejected this time by Hoosman. As athletic as Hoosman is and as wowed as I've been by him offensively and from the service line, I haven't called his name that much in the blocking area, so we'll see how that develops the rest of this match and tomorrow morning. Varee here serving. LVC's got to have a couple points in this rotation. That's a really good one. Right on the net and absolutely destroyed by Hoosman on the overpass. Hoosman gives Jordan a shout out for creating that easy overpass opportunity. Varee and LVC down by 6. This is not over yet. Who's Varee go after this time? Bruno again, but a really good passing move. This is Price on the left, rolled over, dug by Varee easily. Evans, dug by Bruno in the back row, but a net violation committed by the Team Pineapple block. Negates a really good dig. And don't look now, but Team LVC is within 5. They are down by as many as 8. With their best server at the line. If Team Pineapple loses one more point here in this rotation, I expect a timeout from their sideline. Oh, I love that Jordan went for that, but barely missed out of bounds, and a huge sigh of relief for Team Pineapple. 21-15 now. 4 more points, 4 more perfect side outs. And Team Pineapple is going to walk away with a match victory here, 3-1, and a full 3 points in the standings, which I talked about this morning. 3 points for a 3-0 or 3-1 win, but only 2 points for a 3-2 win. And you hang on to a point if you lose a match in 5. Stuffed straight down by Fiducia. I think that got a piece of Evans on the way out of bounds. Yes, it did. Big time block by number 14 in green. And Team Pineapple, Indiana, the home team here, looking to close the door on their longtime rivals and take both matches here on Saturday. Evans going with the jump spinner. Good serve, working on Price. This is House out of the back row, into the block of Hoosman, but smartly covered. Price over the top of the block and in. That is an absolutely unstoppable swing by Tony Price. Over 3 blockers and in the absolute deepest of the deep corner. Man, what a swing by 99 in green. You just can't stop that. There's nothing you can do to stop that swing. Stuffed straight down again. Hoosman rejected by Harpenow. I cannot believe the turnaround after a 25-17 LVC win in set 1 and now 8 match points. 24-16 for Team Pineapple here in set number 4. Fishman off the block of Fiducia and out of bounds, so 1 match point saved. But Hoosman here is going to be the LVC server. He has a monumental task to key a run to force extras. Pineapple here in rotation 5 needs just 1 side out. Fiducia also in the front row. A serve. There's one. There's one. That is an absolute bomb from Hoosman from the back line, right on the end line, and a thumbs up from Bruno acknowledging that it was in. So there's 1 saved, 24-18. But another match point here for Team Pineapple. Ace serve again. Uh-oh. Hoosman with reckless abandon back there. Absolutely nothing to lose, and he is going after it right now from the service line. Still only 1 side out, and Team Pineapple takes this match, 24-19. Another good one, handled really well by Meyer. House for the match, he misses it out of bounds. Against 1 blocker. That is a ball that Gary House has to terminate. 25-20. Hoosman and LVC making Pineapple earn every inch of this match if they're going to walk away with it. Another great serve. House again out of the back row, dug by Evans. Varee into the block, kept alive by Evans. How many touches is that? That's 4 touches on the Team Pineapple side. I think that's a good call. And a timeout now. What was it, 24-16? It's now 24-21. Timeout Team Pineapple. I can't believe the comeback. If this ends up happening, it would be an all-time comeback for Team LVC. Pineapple try not to let them get to that point where it could go to extras. Want to talk this over to get 1 side out and maybe cool down the hot server, Chris Hoosman. Hoosman keeps that one in play. Perfect pass. Bruno for the match. Cross court and right on the sideline. That is it. Touched as well on its way out of bounds. So an admirable run by Chris Hoosman and Team LVC facing match point. But a smart timeout by Team Pineapple restores some order, and Bruno finally puts the nail in the coffin. 3-1 the final match score. 17-25, 25-22, 25-23, and 25-21. Team Pineapple takes the match, and they are undefeated on the VLA season here in 2021, winning 3-2 and 3-1 over Team LVC here today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I want to thank our sponsors really quick before we get out of here. Our corporate partners, Mikasa, the official volleyball supplier, Smack Sportswear, the uniform supplier, supplied all the threads the guys there are wearing right now. They look phenomenal. LJ's Discount Medical, Lauren Giebert, our Team Pineapple hero, our official supplier of sanitizing and antibacterial COVID protection, chemicals and otherwise. And of course, Swish Live, the software that we use to stream the matches, literally just an iPhone app. I've been using it on an iPhone 11 all weekend. That's the camera that you're looking at. It looks awesome. Couldn't be easier to use. Very happy with the product that Swish Live has provided us. So that's it. That's it for Saturday. We got one more match in the weekend tomorrow at 11 a.m. These two teams will be back at it. LVC looking to avoid the sweep on the weekend. So I'm going to grab Bruno, I believe, really quick to do an interview on the stream. But after that, no more volleyball for the day. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks, Todd. All right, I got Bruno from Team Pineapple here. Dude, I can't say enough about how crazy of a match that was. You guys kind of got smoked in set one.
Right.
It was, you guys were down by 10 at points, you lost 25-17, but I caught a little piece of it at the end of set one where you guys did a couple good things, strung a couple points together, and built a little bit of momentum. How did that feel going into the rest of the match?
It felt great, you know. We knew we would step up at some point in that first game.
Yeah.
And when I came out for the bench, just told the guys to relax, just be us. We've been in that situation so many times throughout the years, you know. It's nothing new for us, so just got to keep grinding.
It is nothing new for you guys. You guys have done it every time, every different way. So talk to me about, this is like a really high-level thing that I noticed. The matchup of blockers between you and Tony, and then Jordan hitting on the right side for LVC. Because he had a lot of success hitting the ball down the line in the first match this morning.
Right.
But then you started to take that away from him, and there was a lot of call and response there with strategy of how you were setting up your block. So I'm sure that you were doing that intentionally. Talk to me about that a little bit, what your plan is, taking away what a hitter likes to do.
Right, in the morning, we decided to leave the line to JJ. He's a great defender.
Yeah.
And he dug some balls. The other guy scored a few balls. And that's just volleyball. And then this evening, we just decided to close the line and move with that. He did murder us going cross court game one. And,
right.
you know, have to keep telling the guys that, hey, we're going to get some, we're going to give you some. We won't be able to block every single ball. You know, just volleyball, man. It was fun.
Yeah, you can't block every ball and you can't defend every ball, but you can kind of play the odds and kind of make a guy do something he's a little bit uncomfortable with. And yeah, Jordan got some of his, hitting those seams.
Yeah.
But Tony in particular did a great job of him there on the end. Got a couple huge stuff blocks to kind of take the momentum away. Right. And taking momentum away, talk about set four. You guys were down, I think, 6-3. And then it was a run of maybe stuff block, ace. And then you were still... It was, I don't know, 6-7, 6-6, but it felt like you guys had all the momentum in the world.
We just started having fun. We just started having fun, man. That's the way we play better. Yeah. You know, that's the way we play our best. Just enjoying the game. We score a point, we celebrate, they score a point, we gather together. Let's move on to the next ball. And it was nice, man. Just glad to be out here.
It was so much fun to watch, and I'm so glad to be out here, too. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad the guys are here. We got one more going tomorrow morning.
Yep.
We'll see you then, man.
All right.
Thanks,
right on, buddy.
Well
hey,
done.
Well
played.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Rob St. Clair. If you're not already following us on Instagram, please do that, at VLA Volleyball. Find us. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll be able to see everything when we go live and we post videos. We're going to have a ton of content coming out from all the highlights and stuff from this weekend. So please subscribe here. We'll see you guys again at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning for the last match between these two classic rivals. We'll see you then.